When it comes to dreaming big, one of the biggest obstacles people face is the belief that they have to know how to achieve that dream before they can even start pursuing it. That need for certainty, the need to have every step planned out, stops many people in their tracks before they even take the first step. But here's the truth: you don't need to know how you're going to make your dream come true in order to begin. What you need is the willingness to say yes to your dream in the first place, to let yourself imagine something bigger, even if the path isn't clear. Let's talk about why the how holds us back. Most of us have been trained to think that before we do anything significant, we need a detailed plan. We think we need all the answers, all the steps, and all the resources neatly lined up before we start taking action. But life doesn't work that way, especially when it comes to chasing big, audacious dreams. If you wait for the how to become clear before you move, you'll never get anywhere, because big dreams rarely come with a clear map. Think about the people who have achieved extraordinary things in life, whether it's starting a successful business, writing a best-selling book, or completely changing their career path. None of them knew exactly how they were going to get there when they started. The truth is, most of them didn't have all the answers at the beginning. They had no idea what the journey would look like, but they didn't let that stop them. They didn't need a perfect plan, they just needed to start. One of the reasons people get stuck in the how is because they're afraid of uncertainty. We're wired to seek safety and predictability, and that's a good thing when we're trying to avoid danger. But when it comes to big dreams, that instinct can work against us. It's uncomfortable to move forward without knowing exactly what's going to happen. It's scary to step into the unknown. But here's the thing: every big dream is going to involve some level of uncertainty. You have to be willing to embrace that discomfort. You have to be okay with not having all the answers right away. Let's say you want to start your own business. You might be thinking, I don't know how to run a business, I don't have the right skills, connections, or money, but the people who've built successful businesses didn't have all that figured out at the start either. They learned as they went. They took the first step and trusted that they would figure out the rest along the way. The same goes for any big dream. You don't need to have a 10-step plan. You just need to take the first step. The how will unfold as you move forward. Another reason people get hung up on the how is because they're afraid of failure. They think, if I don't know how to do this perfectly, I might fail. And that would be embarrassing or painful. But here's the thing: failure is a part of the process. Every successful person you admire has failed at some point. It's not the failure that defines them, it's their willingness to keep going in the face of failure. So instead of letting the fear of failure stop you from dreaming big, let it fuel you. Know that failure is just part of the journey, and it's through those failures that you'll learn, grow, and eventually succeed. One of the best ways to stop getting stuck on the how is to focus on the why. Why do you want this dream in the first place? What is it about this dream that excites you, that lights you up? When you reconnect with the deeper reasons behind your dream, it becomes easier to take action. You stop worrying so much about the logistics and start focusing on the purpose behind what you're doing. Your why becomes the fuel that drives you forward, even when you don't have all the answers. When you stop obsessing over the how, something magical happens. You give yourself permission to experiment, to try things out, to fail and learn along the way. You open yourself up to new possibilities that you couldn't have imagined if you were trying to plan everything perfectly from the start. The path to your dream may not be a straight line, but that's okay. It's through the twists and turns, the detours and the dead ends that you find your way. Think of your dream like a journey through fog. When you start, you can only see a few steps ahead. You don't know what's beyond that, but as you take those first few steps, more of the path becomes visible. The key is to keep moving, even when the path isn't clear. If you stand still, waiting for the fog to lift and reveal the entire path, you'll never get anywhere. But if you start walking, the next steps will reveal themselves as you go. You also don't have to go it alone. One of the greatest tools in dreaming big is seeking out mentors, role models, and a support system. These are the people who have been where you are, who have walked the path before you. They may not be able to give you all the answers, but they can share their experiences, offer guidance, and remind you that you don't have to have it all figured out to succeed. At the end of the day, dreaming big isn't about certainty. It's about courage, it's about being willing to step into the unknown, to move forward without having all the answers, and to trust that you'll figure it out as you go. It's about giving yourself permission to dream without limits, without the need to know how you'll achieve it. So if you have a big dream, one that feels far away or even impossible, don't let the how stop you. Don't let uncertainty paralyze you. Start now, right where you are, with whatever resources and knowledge you have. Take that first step, no matter how small, and trust that the rest will unfold as you go. Because you don't need to know how to dream big, you just need to start. One of the most common reasons people give for not pursuing their dreams or taking action on their goals is that they're waiting for the right time. Maybe you've heard yourself saying something like, I'll start when I have more money, or I'll begin when the kids are older, or I'll take the leap when I'm more experienced. The idea of waiting for the perfect moment can seem like a logical and responsible approach, but the truth is, this mindset can trap you in a never-ending cycle of inaction. The perfect moment? It doesn't exist. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges, and if you keep waiting for everything to align perfectly, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be something that feels like an obstacle, whether it's time, money, resources, or confidence, but if you keep postponing your dreams until all of those obstacles magically disappear, you'll never make progress. The belief that there's a right time is often rooted in fear. It's a convenient excuse that allows us to stay comfortable and avoid risk. After all, if you tell yourself you're just waiting for the perfect moment, you don't have to face the discomfort of starting now. You don't have to put yourself out there, confront your fear of failure, or take any real risks. It's a form of self-preservation, but it's also a form of self-sabotage. Think about it. How many times have you waited for the right time only to find that time never came? Maybe you wanted to start a new business but thought you needed more experience or a bigger savings cushion? Maybe you wanted to get in shape but kept waiting for your schedule to calm down or for that magical burst of motivation to appear. And how many times did that right moment arrive exactly as you imagined it would? Probably never. The truth is, there is no perfect moment to start something big. There's no magical day when everything will fall into place and make your path clear and easy. Life doesn't work that way. If you want to make your dreams happen, you have to stop waiting and start now, right where you are with whatever you have. The only thing that will get you closer to your dream is action. Not more waiting, not more planning, not more fantasizing about the right time, just action. One of the biggest myths about success is that people who achieve great things had some kind of perfect starting point. We imagine that they had more resources, more knowledge, or better circumstances. But if you dig deeper into the stories of successful people, you'll find that many of them started with less than you might think. They didn't wait until they had all the answers, all the money, or all the skills. They just began. They took that first step, even when it was scary, and they figured things out along the way. That's the secret. You don't need everything to be perfect to get started. You don't even need to be fully ready. You just need to take one small step in the direction of your goal. And here's the beautiful part. Once you take that first step, momentum begins to build. Taking action creates clarity. It reveals what you need to do next. It opens up possibilities that you couldn't see when you were stuck in the waiting phase. When you keep waiting for the right time, what you're really doing is protecting yourself from discomfort. Starting now means confronting uncertainty, and that can be scary. But here's the reality. There will always be some level of discomfort when you're chasing a big dream. There will always be fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The key is not to eliminate those feelings, but to move forward despite them. Many people have a misconception that successful individuals have eliminated their fears or doubts, but that's not true. They've simply learned to take action in spite of those fears. They've stopped waiting for the perfect moment because they know that moment doesn't exist. The only moment you truly have is right now. Think about all the time that slips by while you wait for the perfect conditions. Every day that you postpone taking action is a day you could have been working towards your dream. Imagine if you had started a year ago, 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago. Where might you be today if you hadn't waited for the right time? The longer you wait, the longer you delay the life you want to live. There's a famous quote that says, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." This applies to your dreams too. Maybe you wish you'd started earlier. Maybe you regret the time you've lost. But the good news is, it's never too late to start. You can begin today, right now, and make the next year of your life more productive, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your dreams than the past year. The past is gone. You can't change it. But you have the power to change your future by acting in the present. So what's stopping you? Are you waiting for more confidence, more resources, more time? The truth is, you'll never feel 100% ready. You'll never have the perfect circumstances. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you take that first step, even if it's imperfect, even if it feels small. Once you do, you'll realize that the fear of starting was much bigger than the reality of taking action. Stop waiting for your dream to magically fall into your lap. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission or for everything to be perfectly aligned. Instead, give yourself permission to start messy, to start scared, to start without knowing all the answers. The act of starting right now is the most powerful thing you can do for your future. Take a deep breath, count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take action. It doesn't have to be a massive leap. It can be one small step, a phone call, a new routine, an email, or a decision. Whatever it is, make it today. Because the right time isn't something you wait for, it's something you create by starting right now.